If you never saw Andrew WK when he was touring with a full band, like in his prime, you missed out. You can go and watch it if you'd like. He was on like SNL, and he was on a bunch of different. He went on lots of tours. I saw him once, and it was freaking awesome. This is a rad song with some questionable tone. A lot of punk rock, you can't really question the tone in some punk rock, especially from some eras, because it was a different. You can't, especially death metal as well. Old school death metal. I've seen some comments about like old school death metal would have been so much better with this or that. I disagree. Part of the whole era of death metal was sounding. That was the sound. That was the sound of the era. The era. What's going on, folks? What are we doing today? We are going to be pretty much solely rocking NAMM Universal today. And we are going to be testing out a plethora of rad stuff that I've been downloading. I've downloaded a whole bunch of really, really good stuff. And I'm going to be using it today. And from some this low number of creators I follow on there, just because I'm not as current as I should be on Tone 3000. What's going on? Say hi, everybody. Make sure the comments are working. I was just talking with Daryl Meinzinger, the wizard that made this guitar. I'd like to just give you guys a look at the back of the neck. Now, I want to hear it from you guys. You see the back of this neck. How would you guys do it in a guitar where you intend with the builder to only see black or white? No other colors. There will be black or white on this guitar on all sides. That is the going thing. We are going to try to do it. And it is going to be black or white. How would you do this the back of this neck in black or white? I'm not 100% sure how that's going to be done, but we're going to try. It's going to be super fun. And again, come on, folks. Light me up with a hello. Tell me I look funny. I don't know what's going on. What side of me is the dark side? The dark side. I gotta tilt this light. It's so hard to get good lighting in here because like the sun sets right there, and that sun is currently setting, and it is just screaming right in the window, and I have pretty dark curtain down, but it's still just like, nah, we're gonna that's it. No, hold on. I've suffocated the sun as much as I can. Oh, Oracle 888. What's your other? What was your name prior to? Are you new? Are you new here, by the way, or are you like this whole thing with YouTube fucking up everybody's names? That really took me for a loop. It pissed me right off because it probably pissed a lot of streamers off or YouTubers off in their chat. Now they got, what the fuck? Who are all these people and these names? What is happening right now? And I've no idea who anybody is anymore. It's going to take me a while. How's it going, Oracle 888? You found me yesterday. That's sick. Now you're going to have fun today. I thought you were Jay Huxtable from Oracle Audio, or Oracle Sound, rather. An Australian-based company that does some cool shit. Check out that company, Oracle Sound. Damn it, they do really cool stuff. Really, and part of what they do over there is they do captures for this plugin or for any plugin that does NAMM captures, and that essentially this is one of the plugins right there. And I went and downloaded a whole whack of shit from this website right here, all free. You don't pay for a single thing on this website, as far as I understand. Nothing. Any pedal, any amp you can think about. So what I did is I went to, you look at here, into my profile and tones, and you look at following. I'm only following 20 folks. Not very many, but I can promise you all the people I'm following are top of their game. Top of their game. And if you're looking for a way to get started on Tone 3000, you're like, holy shit, this is super overwhelming. This is a good way to get started right here. Tudor. Tudor is the cat's pajamas. This person here This human being does some amazing work. Now, essentially, what you can do here is with NAM, you can do things like you can get full rigs like this right here. It'll give you full rig captures where they will capture the pedal and the settings and everything from the start to the end of the whole thing has been captured properly. Okay, so that all came. So in certain situations, what I kind of like finding a little bit more are the amp head captures, where they're just giving you a preamp or an amp head, and that way I can run everything separate here. Whereas if you're preferring like a full rig, you can do that, but here's how to do it. You're going to want to bypass the pedal, make sure you bypass both sides of the IR section here. And then you're going to want to load your full rig in the amp profiler section right here. In this case, we are not using full amp rigs. Let's just mention, I prefer going at it with a bit of a different kind of vibe. I like going at it with making my own little Franken chains. In this case, I'm going to be using my Meinzinger Guitars Tempest. And this guitar was built by the amazing Canadian builder, Daryl Meinzinger from Meinzinger Guitars. Very reasonably priced, I might add, for a custom build. This guitar was not custom built for me. I will add, though, it's just something that he made out of his own, like, personal, like, if I could make the coolest guitar ever. You know, a lot of builders do that when they're, you know, if they're getting started, or if they're like, say they're down a build slot and they just want, or they've already started building something. There's a lot of reasons that builders will just build something out of their own personal specs and sell it. And that's what Daryl did with this. And as soon as I saw it, I went, wow. So we eventually came to a really rad deal where I would help Daryl and he would help me. And we ended up getting this badass thing. I still paid a lot of money for this thing, but man, it is a rad guitar. It is armed with Aurora Tone, our other wonderful sponsor here, Aurora Tone pickups. This is a Singularity, and this is an ultraviolet neck. Okay. Just if you're curious, ask me more questions, check out both of those companies. Please do, because Aurora Tone is amazing. I'm just talking with Cody at Aurora Tone this morning about the next set that he's going to build for the channel here. I'm really excited about that. He's going to be building a set for the LTD EC1000 because I could just not find what I want. And I think it would be really cool if he was able to do the black and gold thing really, really well. It would just, it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. I cannot wait. All right, let's go and... All right, so we're going to get started with, here's what I downloaded. Let's go to show you guys what I've downloaded here. Okay, testing new stuff. This is all the stuff we have to test here, folks. We have, wow, this is a long list. We can get into all of it. But for starters, we're going after the Vic Audio. This is actually a paid pack. So this is not technically free, although they are not super pricey. It just happens to be a NAM pack. I want to go through a few things first, but most of what you're going to be hearing today is free. Vic Audio is not free. You know what? I'll save Vic stuff for the next stream then. That's what I'll do. I'll save Vic stuff because I don't want to mislead anybody with a title. That pisses me off when people do that. So I don't want to do that. Oh my gosh. All right, test new stuff. We're going to get into something else instead. Let's get into the Angle Iron Ball. Okay, we're going to get into the Angle Iron Ball Hyper Accuracy. This is free. And we are using a free version of the, let's see what we got here. This is the plumes. Okay, so let's see what gain 0, and I like these settings. Gain tone 5, tone 6, zeros. I like this one. This is a good starting point. So we're going to use this one as our tube screamer, and we're going to build from here. Sounds pretty good. I don't mind it. It could be a little bit snappier. I think we could get a little bit more out of it. So we're going to add some sparkle with the sparkle here. If I wanted, I can also turn off the pedal, go with this guy right here, and just be very, I can just be very gentle with this. If you want to get more of that modern, more of a modern bite to things, and I'm not getting too crazy with anything. It's sounding pretty good so far. What do you guys think? Sounds great to me. Holy smokes. We are slow today. We are slow. But Oracle and I, we are going to make it work. I've got a bit of a worry right now. There's a friend of ours that is, when you notice that someone is here every single stream, and then all of a sudden that person is not in stream at all. And there's a member of our team actually right now that is that's sort of kind of missing. And so we're going to be, it's a little bit alarming when people do that. But, so yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe Pedro is watching. Pedro, if you're watching, bud, let us know what's going on, bud. Ah! All right, see. I found you yesterday. Checked out the Mercurial Spark you recommended. It rips. Absolutely. It's probably one of my favorite sims. Yes! Have you checked out the Heavy Pedal by Audiority? Rather, you just opened a can of worms. Not only have I checked that out, but I was actually one of the product designers with Luca from Audiority at that time. I was doing some associate product design assistance and help and general inner, like Luca and I, he was is still one of my best friends in the industry. Also the guy behind Polychrome DSP, if you're curious. There's a lot of inner workings that some people find and they don't find. But yeah, Luca and Thomas McCrocklin are a team at Polychrome DSP, where Thomas handles the marketing and the artist relations and a lot of ideas and presets and just the business. And when Luca comes in with like the technology. But whereas Audiority is just Luca by himself. And for a time, I worked along with him on several products, actually, the VS8100 and the both Solidus. There should have been one more Solidus. Luca, we need the other Solidus. Also, the L12X that you guys saw yesterday. That's another one. The Sword was a collaborative effort between myself and Luca. So that is a rad plugin. And then the thing is, though, if we want to talk freeware, there's also a whole bunch of HM2s that are free and available. If I want to go, I just go here and I go HM2. Bam. The Wazacraft version, I've already got it. So here's what we can do. A little bit later, we'll smash that. We'll smash that in there and see if you think it sounds pretty cool or not cool. It's like, it's gainy, but it's not gainy at the same time. I like this. This is really clean, super clean. I'm going to try to erase some mids here if I can. Is this very mid-voiced amp? It's going to Fita Pepita. How are you, my friend? We are just hanging out with just really, really good free stuff from, we're just using NAMM Universal, which is free. And we do give you, by the way, a gigantic wealth of some of the greatest captures ever created for the Neural Amp Modeler. And man, it is just like now it's just, there's such a wealth now. Such a wealth. It used to be, you'd had maybe 10 people that were creating really good stuff. Now it's grown exponentially, and there are a lot more. However, the same people that were creating really great stuff, some of them fell off and just didn't create anymore because one reason or another. There are a bajillion reasons why someone would just kind of bail out and be like, yeah, you know, I made my mark. I left a wealth of awesome stuff on there. And, you know, I just don't have time for this stuff anymore. It's all free, right? They don't make any money. However, some of them, in one case, like, for example, why is it slipping my, damn it. Why is it slipping my name? Synmix. Sorry, Synmix had a bunch of free samples. Does Vic Audio have free samples on here? I'm sure he does. I'm certain that Vic has some stuff on here. Vic Audio. Yeah. Vic Audio has a bunch of free stuff on here. Yes. So if you want to check out some samples, these work as samples because Vic has paid packs. So I'm certain that there are several different creators on here that are selling packs as well, but you're not going to have to pay for anything directly on here. They give you links where needed. Perfect. So if you want to go to any of these links, you'll be at Oracle Sound, for example, you'll be able to find Vic stuff 22 for this particular pack on sale from 29. And these are like Vic Audios. There's a difference between Vic Audios and Oracle's. Oracle makes their own stuff, but also releases Vic stuff, which is rad. Now, I'm going to tell you right now that Vic, on his own, creates some of the absolute best sounding captures you'll ever hear for this platform. And if you ever hear anybody talking about Tonex, I'm sorry. There is no comparison. This crushes Tonex. NAMM in general, without any enhancements, crushes Tonex like a fucking strong man crushing a beer can or the ocean crushing a bunch of millionaires in a tin can. I'm telling you, it's that wide a margin. Never mind when you soup it up with NAMM Universal or something like Vanilla NAMM or Genomes, Genomes Codex, all of those, 2 Notes Genomes Codex. If you enhance the NAMM captures via those means, or just use the regular ass NAMM player and do it yourself. You can do everything we're doing here in the signal chain, you can do on your own with just a warming effect. The tone stack might be a little harder to accomplish, but you can still get some pretty rad results. And I have also another thing that I'm going to suggest to you. Here's another reason that I would suggest checking out the actual regular NAMM. If you go to the Neural Amp model, I believe I still have it installed. Okay, here's the original. Now, if you take the original here, for example, and there are bajillion pedal sims. Okay, there are millions and millions, it seems, pedal captures. So you just take this. I'm going to run it up here with my pedals. You're like, whoa, wait, hang on a second. It's the Neural Amp modeler guy. And then I'm going to take one of the amazing, we're going to pick this one for now because there's a cab built right into it that I trust. So we're just going to use this. I'm going to show you something neat. Okay. Now I'm going to take this guy right here. I'm going to dial it in how I normally dial it in. And we're going to go from there. Kick in the cab sim. Nothing else running right now. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kick in the Neural Amp modeler. And I'm actually going to go select this plumes pedal right here. Because, so here it is without. Then I'm going to hit kick in the plumes. So I use that as my pedal right out in front of any amp sim I want. I'm not even worried about an amp at this point. I'm just going download one of the bajillion pedals. This is where we're getting into the request from earlier. We're going to get into we're going to get into that Wazacraft HM2 while I've got this out. If I can find it. Here it is. Boss HM2 Mega Pack. Oh, there's the Wazacraft. Nano, standard, standard. Okay, so here we go. Oh, wow. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, that we haven't touched anything. And with the pedals, I actually wouldn't even touch any of what they have up here for the pedals. I would just leave it. So we can just turn that off. We'll turn the EQ off. That's absolutely free chainsaw tone. No problem. Let's be honest, most of us are just looking for one sound with this, and then this will give it to you. I don't recall which creator did it, but you saw it. It was on Tone 3000 there, no problem. You go and grab it. And then I've got tons of other pedals here that I can just throw out in front. Fuzz, I've got all kinds of fuzz. Hyper fuzz, no problem. Okay, no problem. We want to use hyper fuzz. We got hyper fuzz. That doesn't sound like hyper fuzz to me all of a sudden. What's happening right now? Wano, what's going on, buddy? So this is all free. This is a free Smashing Pumpkins tone. Well, we haven't even started to really do anything with it, but this is something we're going to look at throughout the stream. We're going to, if there's some cool pedal we want to try out, we're not just going to try it out in NAMM Universal. Let's give it a shot on its own with an amp sim. That's like, that's the neat thing about this technology is that you can mix it together and it does it, and it doesn't hate it. You know what I mean? There are some things you try to put together and it won't always work. But in the case of NAMM, it's just super sick how you can load up pedals. You can do it with Tone X as well. But I just find Tone X to be more cumbersome, and I just prefer the quality of NAMM, the Neural Amp Modeler by Steve Atkinson. Let's give Steve Atkinson a round of applause for basically completely and entirely changing the entire industry overnight when he released this thing. It literally did. And that is the severity of that release. The significance. The severe significance. And so we're basically, I like to give, especially around this time of year, who can't use more amazing ways to get to sound rad for free? We're all focused maybe on, well, not everybody celebrates Christmas, but for those that do, this is a time for, maybe getting your loved ones something nice while also trying to pay your bills, which is not always easy. And amp sim purchases and frivolous things go right out the fucking window. Right out the window for most of us. And so frivolous stuff goes right out the window, and you're like, yeah, I don't care about that stuff, but I still, man, like I want to buy that new amp sim because it's Q4. It's Q4, and a lot of companies do release amp sims in December. Q4 is a key release, and it's tough because when you release something in December, it can be a tough time to release stuff because people are on a budget. So your initial numbers might not necessarily be fantastic. You have to kind of let it build until mid Q1, or at least halfway through January, when people start to be like, oh yeah, that plugin. Oh, I've actually got some budget again. I can go and purchase that plug if I can finally buy it. And by then you might, who knows, it might even be on sale. So I'm using the Slammin' Mofo Angle Iron Ball lead balanced rhythm. And Slammin' Mofo is one of the greatest creators to ever live. I believe it might be two people, 2 or 3 it could be. In the case of Tudor, I think it's just one human being. But I know with Slammin' Mofo, it's like, I could be wrong, but I think it's more than one. Mark Swarbrick, it's a man of all times. Let's do it. Let's say his name. Say it with me, guys. Mark Swarbrick. Come on now. I hope he drops in. If he happens to drop in, that would be rad, because I've got a bunch of his stuff queued up, and he makes some really rad stuff. He is a really nice human being, and he's going to be contributing stuff to the next toolkit. By the way, as mentioned before, NAMM Universal is going to be getting an overhaul. It's going to come as soon as WaveMine releases the big boy release that they're about to toss out onto the world, that in my opinion is about to steamroll the fuck out of a whole lot of suites. I'm going to tell you right now. But that's just me. I could be biased. I'm biased, but still, I'm not biased. Anyhow, after that comes out, this is going to be one of the first things to do on the to-do list. It is going to be upgrading it. There could be some freemium aspects added later where people might be able to purchase IR packs and things of that sort. But I think what we're going to do is it's just going to get a selection of upgrades, which is a new UI. It's going to be getting input calibration and a bunch of different stuff that's going to be going on with it. And I can't wait. The ability to do presets is also going to be there. But the preset thing gets kind of weird because you really have to kind of keep the files if you make a preset. Well, anyways, we're going to get into that a little bit later. Kyle Hunter, how's it going? This is no pedal. There's no pedal involved right now. That's how tight angle amps are all by themselves. Let's do that. And let's turn on this tone stacky type thing right here. This is 100% free. This is freeware right here. Oh my gosh. Man, this sounds good. This guitar is just, man, 9 people in the house. Let's get this chat strolling. And hello to everybody dropping in on a Saturday. It's wonderful to have you here. My name is Tyler. Welcome to the Amp Sim Show. If it's your first time, let us know it's your first time. You might win something. You never know. And we'd also like to greet people. It's rad to see you. Today, we are just going through a whole bunch of stuff like this list right here. A whole bunch of stuff we're going to be going through today. Just checking out all kinds of different stuff that I've been missing on Tone 3000, formerly Tone Hunt. By the way, in this plugin, if you download it and you wonder, oh shit, I forgot, what's that website? Just click the Tone Hunt logo because this will change to Tone 3000. But click the Tone Hunt logo, and it takes you right to the website that I'm already currently on right now. I don't know why I'm not currently following Vic Audio. But again, I'm behind the times. These are all just samples of stuff that he is releasing in packs, especially these ones here. And man, he makes some of the absolute best stuff in the business. Absolute best. And he's another awesome human being. He is out of the Ukraine, and he's also got his own pedal, the Merciless Drive. This thing is sick. If you don't have it, I don't think I have the pack on its own, but I know I have it in the paid pack, so I'm not going to worry about it just now. But I would strongly advise getting all of the stuff from Vic here, especially if you enjoy the stuff. I don't really like the Precision Drive, but if you do, it'll be definitely for you. Your first time. Elmires, what's going on, brother? Nice to see you. 2 days in a row, Elmires. Bump it, buddy. Bop. Why do I feel like you're not the bump it type of person? It feels dirty to even play that. It's a good riff. I don't know, man. It's a good riff. I don't care. Somebody definitely just left because I was playing a Nickelback riff. Oh, this guy's a boomer. Man, whether you like Nickelback or not, I don't care. That's irrelevant in this case. The point is, you cannot listen to a Nickelback record and say this sounds like shit. You can't do that. It's impossible. It's metal production used for a rock band, and the drums sound fucking gigantic. The guitars sound like an absolute wall of Mesa Boogie. They sound great. You cannot say they sound bad. You don't have to like their music. That's fine. You cannot say they sound bad because that band sounds real good on their albums. How are you, Elmyrus? Excuse him. Wow. I am tuning up, and I was talking to Cody about making a set for the LTD, and he's got a dual rail now, by the way. I'm not sure if it's on his website or not, but it's definitely on his Instagram, his Instagram. Make sure you check his stuff out because Cody and I were talking about doing talking about dual rails since the day I met him. I was like, "Hey man, how do you feel about doing a dual rail?" And he's got a quad rail, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm dabbling." I couldn't wait, and now he's finally got this one called the Aries, really dialed in, and I'm really excited. I think I'm gonna throw it in my newly acquired EC1000. I'm so excited to get that. It's the instrument of early metalcore. Everybody that played metalcore, it was like a 6505. It was like a PV6505 through like a Marshall cabinet, and then it was the EC1000, and then in between there'd be some level of green tube screamer, usually an Ibanez of some sort, and that was the rig. That was the whole thing, and it sounded good, man. It sounded good. Apparently, I can't tune a guitar to save my life today. Man, it's Saturday. If you guys have any requests, let me know. If you guys have any requests for stuff that you'd like, or if you guys want to know about a certain creator, anything like that, you just throw it at me. I'm stoked. Throw it at me. What's the worst name change ever? Oh, the Tone 2, Tone 3000? Yeah. It's kind of a bummer because like Tone Hunt was so good because you're literally there hunting for tone. However, the way that I think they're looking at it, if I look at it a different way, one day I saw it and I said, shit, what if the name is sort of to try to make the site seem like this futuristic tone robot or tone computer, the Tone 3000, the machine where you just go and punch buttons in and it spits out the tone you want. I can see the angle. I can actually see the angle. I still like Tone Hunt way better. Is there another Tone Hunt somewhere? Let's get to it. Let's kind of go through this pack a bit quicker now that we've set up. We've got the rhythm and we've got the solo channel, lead bright. This is going to be brighter, isn't it? Wowzers. Come out. The missus asked me to play. She actually asked me to play some Nickelback last night because she was trying to figure out whether she liked them or hated them. And I agree. Sometimes sometimes it's hard to tell. I figured it out. As long as they're not playing a ballad, I'm pretty much good. As long as it's not like it's treading on new country. There's two types of Nickelback songs I will not tolerate. The ones that tread on new country No, thank you. And his voice starts to go like this, and fuck off with that shit, dude. Do it in a solo career. Come on. Fuck it. Don't ruin a good rock band. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Why can't I tune this instrument today? Why won't it stay in tune? This is very interesting for this guitar because normally this thing is just unflappable. Hang on. Because these are still kind of newish strings. Let's give them one more stretch. Yes. In fact, they did need another stretch. What are we listening to here? Oh, it's this dude. That was such a convincing CKY. Oh my God. If you've ever heard of Mac Glocky, this dude does real convincing impressions. He does this stuff where, like, you know, this band in this song in the style of this band and so on. He does those types of videos. So if you're like if you're interested in those types of videos, then you're gonna like this guy's videos because they're pretty fun. All right, I think we should be good now. There we go. Finally, I was like, Jesus, can you cooperate with me here? Good Lord. If anything is just slightly too woompy for you, then fire up this tight knob here to about 30%, or really up it's to taste or to the scenario, and it usually smooths things out for you pretty good. The sparkle, obvious. Oomph, also obvious. If you're using oomph and tight in this at the same time, those kind of count. Not that they completely cancel each other out, but you might just want to just not do that as much because it's sort of counterproductive rather. If you want just a tiny bit more low end, I would say you could use like the actual bass control, but isn't 3000 the reference to Iron Man? I have no idea. Maybe it is. Nice. Yeah, you probably, I'm not sure who you would have talked to at Nembrini, but yeah, they're updating a whole bunch of plugins in 2026. It looks like the release schedule, like usually Nembrini Audio is pretty well known to hammer things out pretty efficiently, and there hasn't been a release in a bit. So they're working, as far as I know, they're working on their internal licensing and download system, which is always super handy. Nembrini Central is like their central hub, and it's really handy. It's super handy. These lights are just so fucking bright, man. Hang on. Now that the sun is starting to go away, I have to adjust them. Oh boy. Excuse me. Just so rude. Burp right into the mic. Kira from Spider-Man 2 disagrees with you. That's exactly what I'm saying. Man, why don't they? That's exactly what Chad Kroger should do. Go and dust off that dude from that band. Saliva, that's the dude. What's the band? Click, click, boom. That guy. The guy that looks like that wrestler from the Wyatt Six. Whoa! Almost want to tighten it up with the tone stack because I actually kind of prefer it. Now this is real bright, so we're gonna have to go like this. We're gonna take the sparkle right off because this is gonna give us. We just decided to up the twang of the scenario here a bit. When you hit that bright knob, you be ready to throw down. It's gonna be real helpful for clean tones, real helpful to get something snappy. This is super snappy. As this is what I suggest to you gent players out there that want to use NAMM Universal to create the best gent tones possible. Well, listen, here's without. And with, which sounds more genty. It's going to give you that genty twang that you're probably looking for, and then you can up the input just slowly and go slow here. Be gentle with the controls. That's exactly where I would like things. Sounds pretty good. Sounds real good. We're going to get on to the next pack at this point. As you can see, this pack is pretty involved. Slight scoop, like we only got 3 files deep, and there are tons of files in here. There's mid scoop solo. I guess we gotta do her. Hold on. Whoa. Not too shabby. 6 people in the house. How are you? We are up and down in numbers, and that's cool. It's going to be a lot of the same things today. I'm going to actually chill these lights out when I get up. I will be doing a break in time, not anytime real soon, but when I do a break, I'm going to chill these lights out a little bit because they are burning holes in my retinas. Saliva, geez, there was like a total 2002 we hype WWD hype videos. Yeah, absolutely. And let the bodies hit the floor. I was... Now let's turn off this effect first. Let the bodies hit the flow. Let the bodies hit the flow. Flow. This sounds fucking awesome. Anyways, congrats to Slam and Mofo on yet another pack of absolute radness. Gonna go back to test new stuff. And I've been told we need to hop on the train of this Badlander pack. The Meza Boogie Badlander Rectifier 100 watt. This is what I'm being told. This is one of the best ever. Holy shit. Look at all of these files. Good Lord. This is exactly what needs to happen though, because the amp is the Badlander is an absolute tone machine. So sometimes it'll piss you off because you'll find an amp you really like, but then there's like none of the settings that you really want from that amp have been captured by that person. And then so you're going to find packs where that person will go, will just make 5 or 6 different profiles, or rather captures either way of stuff of settings they really like. But then you'll get people like this, for example, that will give you every setting and every possible good setting, good sounding setting, even whether they like it or not. They're going after everything. And I like that these types of packs exist, but it really depends on you. All right. Wow. Let's see what's up. Oh, wow. Woo! Wow, that sounds awesome. The Mesa Boogie Badlander rectifier. This thing sounds crushing. This sounds terrific. But as with every Mesa Boogie amp, there's, well, not every, but everything in the rectifier realm of things. Everything in the rectifier realm of things has that big giant amount of low end. So this the tight knob here is going to sort of simulate that Andy Sneap Waves C4 trick that he has used for generations to calm down the low end of Mesa Boogie rectifiers. So when things start to get a little unruly, here's what I'm going to do. The controls are pretty effective. I'm going to roll that back to about 4, roll the tight up, and see if we can get something a little bit more focused. Holy shit. It's free. This is free. Holy monkey. If I was to, like, 15 years ago, if, like, current me was to go and drop just say hello to me 15 years ago, 15 or 16 years ago when I tried my first amp sim, and be like, hey man, I know this thing kind of sucks because the first one I ever tried did kind of suck, but listen, this is what you're gonna get in 15 years, brother. And then just like show him some clips and be like, peace. Wait, no, you don't. I need more information on my life. Nope, see you later, bro. Bye. That's it. Just so I could be like, every time I use NAM captures that are really, really good, I just question as, like, man, these are just so good. This is so much for free. Try another capture here. And as usual with the Mesa, I kind of like having something out front to tighten it up. You can either use this or you can use this. I'm going to go get a tube screamer I really trust. Is there one in the new list here? I saw something for Fortin modded. Yeah, here we go. Drive 0, tone, no, 10, 10, 10, no, that's not what I want. 2, 10, 8, no, 2, 8, 2, 8, 8, that's tantalizing. 0, 8, 10, no. I'm gonna be picky. All right, here we go. There's a Fortin modded tube screamer. Ooh, that's... It's a lot of low end. It almost sounds like there's an IR in diet. There is not. Oh, okay. So it's giving you the blues stuff. Oh, cool, man. Divine Sheep. Field of Man. Murder Tones. Man, there's a lot in here. Holy cow. This is going to take so long to go through, but I'm going to go through it. Mr. Scary, what happened here? All right, hang on. That is very, very good. Like, very good. Wow. I'm very impressed with all of this. Very good job to not Slam and Mofo, rather. Who did this one? Sorry, just gonna get a good look here. Oh, this was Tudor, by the way. If I'm not mistaken, this was Tudor. Number 2 DOR. We saw the stuff earlier. 9 people in the house. Hello, my name is Tyler. Welcome to the Amston Show, episode 182 ? And we are just going over random stuff that I grabbed off of this wonderful website we call Tone 3000. I'm gonna try out. Oh, let's delete that because I've got a double. Get the doubler. I'm gonna try out the MT. What we got? Okay. It looks like there are some full amps in here, and I don't high gain. Insanity gain. Insanity. I see the SM57 in there, which means I don't want that file because I'm just looking for the regular, just the amp. So I think the DI will be fine. Whoa. That's hot. Holy shit, that sounds fucking tough. And this is the PRS Mark Tremonti head. And I'm just going through it. And if you want this kind of a window, we'll give you this kind of a window as well. High gain DI. Let's try high gain instead of insanity. It was not what I was expecting. That's big sounding. That's way too much low. I don't really like the settings for that. That's okay. Wow. Whoa. There's a lot of files. There are a lot of files here. Holy shit. Oh my God. Jesus. There's so many files here. Holy. Let's just try this channel. So here's what I'm saying. Exhumed Corpse, what's going on? Ton Guitar, what's going on? How's everybody doing? Tommy Toboggan 611. Have you been here before? Tommy Toboggan 611. That's a terrific, absolutely stellar, top shelf name, my friend. Yeah. Well, this is going to sound ridiculous, but one of my cat's last names is Toboggan. I'm not kidding. It sounds weird. I'm not going to explain it any further. I disagree. Now, saying that nobody should ever buy another amp sim again, that's a different thing, because like yesterday we had this conversation. Captures and profiles will only get you so far. When you're using, it's pretty baked in. Okay, and if you want to flex outside, if you want to just turn knobs and get like sort of a more realistic replica one-to-one response, you're going to want an amp sim. That's usually how that's going to work. Now, in this case, excuse me, I can tweak from anywhere from 4 to 6 comfortably. Let's say we'll even say 3.5 to 6.5 on each of these dials comfortably without making things sound too fake. But these are not going to make it respond like a real amplifier. And none of this is. It's baked in place. So if you want any kind of freedom and you don't find the immediate stuff that you're looking for, plus with different amps and different guitars, different pickups, different things, these all require sometimes different response. So I would say that there's a huge thing for both. Also, there are a lot of, I'm going to be honest, there's probably more than a couple of amp sims out there that are using NAM Universal under the, not NAM Universal, sorry, I changed that. There's a few amp sims out there right now that are using the Neural Amp Modeler code under the hood and not telling you about it. And that's a bit scary. And there's nothing illegal about that. All there should be, in my opinion, if you're using Steve Atkinson's tech under the hood of your plugin that you are either, even if you're giving it away for free, it doesn't matter. I disagree with what you're doing if you're not telling people that you're using it, whether it's free or paid, and I'll tell you why. If it's free, you might be thinking, well, what's the harm in that? They're using it, they're not going to give them credit, but it's not the worst thing they could do. Well, it kind of is, though, in a sense. Because sometimes there are people out there that are looking for software developers to represent them. And whether it be the analog world, signature artists, people that just want to start a company but don't have any coders in the house, they might try your free plugin and say, this is really good. We're going to call this guy and see if he'll build us something. Because maybe this is the guy. Maybe this is the guy or the girl, the human being, the person that's going to build this plugin for us, because this is really good. And if he could make us something like this, and then they make money in those contracted situations. These developers would then start churning a profit and getting offered thousands of dollars to build plugins for other people, or making large revenue splits based on this, while all the while not telling anyone involved that they're using Steve Atkinson's free tech. I know, in fact, there is one scenario that is going on that is like this right now. I'm not at liberty to talk about it. I don't work for the company, and I will never promote the company, so you'll never hear about the company here. But I know there is one company that is doing, in fact, or at least all signs point to a company that is doing something very, very similar to that, which I believe is dishonest and should be illegal. But Steve Atkinson does not mandate that people give him credit or denote anywhere in their manual or anything else that they've used his tech. And I think that's wrong. It's open source. Anyone can use it for anything they'd like and put it out there and do whatever they want, because that was part of what he wanted to do. But in my opinion, if you're using someone else's open source code, you ought to be very honest and open and transparent about what people are spending their money on. That's just the way I'm going to leave it there, because this stuff could very easily trick somebody into thinking, hey, I'm using a real amp right now. And in the case that I'm talking about, they do make the amps look like real amps. It is what it is, folks. It's not great, but it's part of the industry. It has become part of the industry ever since this was released. And I think that was one thing people worried about a bit, and it is definitely starting to happen. And then they make their IRs using filters and EQ and stuff while actually never putting their hands on a speaker in a real cabinet, while using someone else's open source, free open source tech and not giving anyone credit for anything, while fronting it that, hey, you're getting an orange cabinet with SM57s and 421s and 121s, and these are what we're giving you. In reality, they just made it all with filtering and EQ. Guys, this is just things that are going to happen. So this is the Paul Reed Smith Mark Tremonti 100 Overdrive Sin After Sin DI file. And I've got some modest stuff done here. Let's turn on the bright and let's have some fun with it. It sounds really cool when you use it for tapping, though, that twang. Especially if it's something a little cleaner. So yeah, this is fun. And again, another pack that I'm going to get maybe 2 files into before we have to change. And I'm just having fun today, guys. We're going over everything that I've been downloading and kind of checking out. Does anybody out there know anything about Sierra Tone amps? Give me some information on what I'm getting into with the Chupacabra and the King Kong. I'm curious. Let me know. Tommy Toboggan. Whoa! He's got the new Mr. Scary mod in V1. Dude, no one should ever buy it. You just found us. Nice. You're into plugins. Nice. Tommy Toboggan, welcome to the family. We hope you'll come again. We hope you'll go back through, because we've got 181 of these things at roughly 2 hours a piece that are waiting for anybody that literally just found us. We've probably covered everything and then 10 times over, but we're always having some fun. And what we're going to be doing during the holidays is a bit different. We are going to be doing a lot of tone chasing, I believe. And when I say tone chasing, I mean we are going to be doing genre and artist, and it'll be genre, artist, and manufacturer specific streams. A lot of what I'm going to be doing over the holidays. We're not just going to get together, test things, and chill out. We're going to be trying to get the tone of famous players. Like those all seem to go over really well when we do those. So I enjoy them. So if you have an artist that you'd like to see us go over and teach you how you can get those tones with a plugin, let us know. Throw it at us. And we're also going to discuss the guitars they used, the pickups they used. We're going to go to Equate board and look through the entire register of different things that band or that artist could have used. And when it comes to manufacturer specific stuff, I'm going to be going over, like, say it'll be Angle, and we're going to be going over as much of the Angle library as I can get my mitts on. And we're just going to just check out the evolution of Angle plugins. One thing we'll be doing. And then also genre specific stuff, where if there's just one main setup or, just a very small setup of stuff that can be used for certain genres, like metalcore, for example. We just described metalcore in a nutshell. 6505 or 6505 plus or 6534. Those amps were everywhere, along with LTD. What was the other guitar? There's an LTD EC1000, though. Those were everywhere. Go back and look at like pictures from the New England metal and hardcore festivals from 2000 to 2010. You'll see EC1000s everywhere. Name another guitar that was like just super popular with metalcore? Because I can't think of one off the top of my head. But that's what kind of things we'll be doing. I know Sierra Tone make a cool clone pedal. That's all I know. This is one stream I'll revisit tons myself. Man, that's awesome. Thanks so much for Rick Baumhoff. Rick Baumhoff. It's 1 amp sim. Yes, exactly. 1 amp sim. We're going over one product. We've been going over several different amps inside this 1 amp sim. This is the idea of what we're doing. It's all free. Everything we're doing. And we do a lot of talking here. And if the amount of talking we do here does not suit you, sir, there are many, many, many YouTubers and streamers that just sit and shred and shut the fuck up. And I'm not one of those people. However, that being said, sir, we will be releasing pre-recorded stuff where I talk a little bit less and it's a little bit more to the point, going left to right through a lot of different suites and stuff. So definitely don't want to turn you off the channel. But yes, we do yap a lot here. But today is not about using multiple products. That was yesterday's stream. Yesterday was all about using the best in free plugins, amp sims, and such. Today, what we're doing, and I'd also like to point out there was 2 products. I also used the L12X. But today, I'm going over this list here. I'll go over this list. NAMM stuff, test new stuff. This is the massive list that I got from this website right here that you can go to as well. And this is one plugin, but you can get a billion different tones using one plugin that is free and using just all the captures, kind of like you would with a Kemper profiling amp and things of that sort. So I hope that I've clarified this is only going to be really one plugin in the stream, because all we need is one NAMM player to showcase all these different all these fun things that we're looking at right now. So hopefully that makes some sense. I don't know where his comment went. Anyway, Exhumed Corpse, what's going on, dude? Sorry, I'm just trying to also keep up with the chat. Wow, 12 people in the house. What's going on, folks? LTD and Schecter. Yes, Schecter Hellraisers. That was it. They built a clone of popular modded stock and strict. Okay, I get it. Awesome. Anyways, Rick, if you're again, that's about as much as I can tell you. We do yap a lot here, and that is part of the process. And we're also trying to teach people how to use this stuff because not everybody is just a wizard and knows what's going on. So we like to just show people, yeah, you can use this, you can use that. And right now we're going to go over the PRS Archon mid balance and mid push packs. I am going to check these out because I've heard they're quite good. Let's check out the 808 push file. Wow. Holy shit. This is, again, I think Tudor that did this one. Holy smokes, that sounds good. Oh, well, that was out of tune. Tyler, will the V2 on NAM still have the... Yeah, it's going to have everything it has now, dude. Everything that you see in front of you is still going to be there. We're just adding a whole bunch of stuff. And we're going to be adding... It's going to sound better. It's going to operate even cleaner and with even less needs than before, which is pretty crazy because I think Chris at WaveMind was able to make this work really, really clean and smooth. As for some, that's the thing. I want to also let people know that it's really going to depend. Remember, there's going to be it's going to be different for the different size files that you're using. Some of these higher quality files are going to be things are going to be a bit different. So you'll kind of feel things out as you're going along. I wish Philippe was here because Philippe could kind of go over all the different qualities of files that you're going to get. So this one is pushed with an 808. I think this is probably like maybe almost the 7th or 8th amp we've gone over actually. But if you're looking for more, different, looking to have us go over multiple plugins. Also, there are a lot of other streams that we've done in the past, 181 of them, in fact, where we go over tons of different plugins. Yesterday, 5 or 6 or 7 plugins that we went over yesterday, all free, by the way, for those of you that are looking for just a little bit more variety in the stream. Check out yesterday, full 2 hours, 2+ hours of radness. And how long have we been on here? Let's see. How many minutes have I? Oh, wow. An hour and 11 minutes. I've been on for an hour and a half. An hour for an hour. God. Cannot please everyone. Everyone is serious business. All right, 16. Wow, it just dropped to 8 people. Wow, what the hell just happened? Serotonin actually uses quality parts, and the transformers they use are custom spec for their amps. That's pretty cool. What's going on, Zan? How are you, sir? Are you feeling better? Little out. Little out. I'm going to take a quick break here, folks, and then I'm going to come back with my Tempest, and we're going to make more lovely sounds. And do like and subscribe. You don't have to subscribe. If we haven't sold you on hitting that subscribe button yet, then no big deal. I'm not sure what the percentage is of non-subscribe people to subscribe people. There are a lot of channels that throw up that graphic, and I think it's like, I'm not going to guilt trip anyone into subscribing. If you want to be here, that's rad. If you don't want to be here, that's cool too. But again, we also like to vary things up. It's not just metal content here. If you're a first-time viewer, we like to go over everything. We've got everything from surf to ska to pop punk to every type of metal to 2 streams on how to get the Rammstein's tone and everything in between. Like we are very open-minded people. I also represent a team of roughly 12 people that are all invested in this channel and all help me out with all kinds of things here. So thanks. And there are a lot of staffers in the chat right now, by the way. We appreciate you guys being here. Anyways, guys, I'm going to take a quick 2 or 3 minute break as per the usual, about halfway through his stream. And I'm going to come back and we're going to go over some more random stuff. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. I'm having a pretty decent day. And if you guys are interested in any of the tunes that we are playing in the background today, check it out. Tasu stream playlist. This is the new Silosis song. Killer tone in this song. Be back in 2 or 3, folks. Man, Josh Middleton can play guitar. Wow. That is a talented dude, man. That guy can get great tone out of everything and anything. He really is exceptional at getting fantastic tone on just basically everything. Listen to the tone on this album. This is Fishman? He's using Fishman now. Yep, am I correct? 12 people in the house. Wow, nice to see you. Be forewarned that you will only be seeing one plugin on the screen throughout the entire stream today. Wah! Or almost the entire stream. We are going to be using mostly just this guy here, but maybe in the second half I can change it up a little bit and we can use like the crunk or something else and use NAMM as a bit of a kind of like a pedal loader instead, like we showed you earlier. That is an option. Would you like that? Let me know. Let me know. You guys pick. If you guys want me to stick with NAMM Universal, that's cool. But if not, we can also do the pedal show as well. I also did it out in front of Fortin Nameless Suite, where I used NAMM as the pedal loader, and I loaded up a bunch of tube screamers that sounded great. So you can use it out in front of anything you'd like, and it'll sound rad. Nice to see everybody. Holy shit, 15 people in the house today. Nice to see everyone. I have now been yapping for an hour and a half. Now it's almost an hour and a half. Nice to see everybody. So much betterment. Messing with our secret plugin actually now is doing so well. Nice. Tyler runs a good channel, man. I will say this, and you can email him about anything, and he answers back, and that's what I like about this channel. You know, and when someone has something nice to say, you know, we like to be respectful around here, though, as well. We like to be around very respectful, but I also understand that at this point, I've really only used one plugin today, and it was maybe unclear. So we can go over, this is what I'm using right now, is the Archon mid-push 808 file. I don't know what a Kuro is, but what's a Kuro? Wow, that it needs a little bit of a tune. I said I was going to handle these lights. Now I have to. Hold on. All right, that's better. This one light here is just it's sucking my will to live. And I'm already kind of like, I'm already like half baked. I don't want to look fully baked where I'm constantly like, what? Look at me, like super squinty. And it's free. Free tone that you can get right now. You can go get Wavemind's NAMM Universal, and then you can head over. If our toolkit, I would say browse through our toolkit first, get used to the platform, load your pedal here. You don't need to use, I would suggest actually not necessarily using the pedal and the instigator at the same time. I would say either or. Although you can stack them if you're very careful. Depends on the pedal the pedal file you're using. I would say though that using it, I get really good results using this guy right here, and having a lot of fun with it. Whether it's using it for like dad rock, or using it with cleans, or using it to make metal tones, it seems pretty versatile. This guy down here, a lot of people were very unsure. That's why we're also renaming some of these. It's going to be the instigator tone stack and the aggravator tone shaper. Something to that effect, so people know what they are, because people are like, what's the instigator? I don't know what it is. What is it? And people were like just legit concerned about, what is it? Why is it? Why is it called the instigator? And it's just like, man, it's because it instigates the fucking tone, man. It instigates it. And then the aggravator, after it's done being instigated, it aggravates it, man. Like, why are you going to take the fun out of everything? Anyways, this is the mid-push Kuro. We're going to get to the 808X, which is my favorite. Holy shit, that sounds good. Maybe metal isn't your thing. You want me to play something a little bit older? That's fine too. Something like that. Yeah, I'm an old guy too. And if you want to get some delay, that's we are hopefully going to be installing some sort of delay and verb as well. But in this case, I'm going to use the free delay from Nembrine, the audio. This one right here. This is a pretty simplistic, easygoing delay that you can get some nice tones out of. Man, that pick attack. Oh, wow. That pick attack that the tone stack can add to your tone is remarkable. It really is. That's if you're starting to shred up some leads or you want something to cut a little bit more, use the tone stack and either use the shift or the bright, although be noting that the bright is very bright. But it really does create something that's in itself also quite unique. And again, there's so much you can do with this. Right now, we're focused on the heavier tones, but there are very easily you can get some really terrific clean tones, blues tones, classic rock. It really depends on what you're looking for at this website. If you're wanting to go and find something really, you guys just name an amp. You can just go on here and look up that amp. Could there be a Selmer? No. Selmer? Wow. Selmer Zodiac Twin 30 pack. Interesting. See, like these exist. You can go and get these. Like I don't know the quality. I can't vouch for any of these creators. I've not used anything from it. But then again, you're also looking at Friedman. There's a ton of Friedman on here. Tons of Friedman. But I would be wary in certain situations when you think that might be using a plugin. There could be a chance that they might be using a plugin. You never know. But in this case, you can see there's a ton of different stuff that you can go and grab from Tone 3000, Friedman Jose. I don't know anything about this creator, but now I want to use this. 420 downloads, dude. 1 month ago. It's pretty good. So then if you're not sure and you just want to be like surprised, it's cool. It's like you're buying a new Kemper pack, or you're buying, even if you don't need to spend money and you don't have money to spend, it's cool because you still get surprised. You can just stay focused on this website, latest NAM, and it'll give you the updated version of what was recently uploaded. Whether it's just from your creators or not, you can go and look whatever you want. You can also look from trending. You can go newest, oldest, trending, most downloads all time. We go to this one and look at that number, 57,352 downloads in 9 months. Fender Super Reverb 1977. This must be one hell of a pack. Wow, that number is insane. And this one of the ones that we were looking at earlier is the Tudor Mezza Boogie Badlander Rectifier 100 watt EL34. This thing is a monster. And then it just goes down from there, and you can look up whatever you want, though. There are Roland's, Bad Cats, whatever is your thing, go and look it up, and it's really easy to get there because you just hit the Tone Hunt button. 100% free as well. 14 people in the house. Hello. How are you? If you have any questions, please do ask in the chat, and if you're just lurking, that's cool too. It's a Saturday night. Some people just want to hang out and listen to some asshole talk. Not Rick, though. Rick doesn't want to listen to me talk. I'm just going to keep bagging on. I'm going to keep bagging on Rick a little bit. Not tons, though. Sorry, Rick. He's like, I'm never coming back to the air, ever. Holy smokes. This is the Archon mid-push pack, and I think this is also from Tudor. That sounds phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal sounding captures from Tutor. So you can go as easy as this and go to this website as mentioned and just type in TDOR. So if you don't have this plugin already, you can get it in about 5 minutes or less, depending on your download speed. And in this case, you can go here, go to Tutor. And why does it not have... Interesting. Why is it not bringing me that person? Huh. That's very interesting that he's right here. He, she, whoever, that human being is right here. And you can go right here and you can get this plugin, or even just go get the regular NAM if you'd like. That's fine too. Or if you're using vanilla NAM, no problem. It's not any offense to me. If you don't like NAM Universal, if you prefer something else, it doesn't really matter to me at all. Use something else that's free. Genome is not free anymore. So there's, in my opinion, if you're not using NAM Universal, your best bet is to use vanilla NAM, I believe it's called. And if you're not, check that out. NAM. Not names. NAM. Vanilla NAM. NAM. Plugin. 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 Oh my gosh. Is this it right here? No. I can't remember what the damn thing's called now. But people in the chat were talking about it an awful lot. I believe it was called NAM. Vanilla NAM? Is it not Vanilla NAM? Anyways, go grab whichever NAM player you feel comfortable with and then go straight here to Tutor's page, download everything, and be impressed. I promise you're going to be impressed. However, if you're looking for something that really dials in like a real amp, it's going to be more of a plug-in route for you. And then you're going to have to look for the companies that do the best stuff. And we can guide you there as well. That's generally, as far as freeware goes, if you're wanting to find the best freeware, heavier stuff, go to yesterday's stream or any other Freeware Friday stream that we've done, and we'll show you the world of freeware. Switching all kinds of plugins, all kinds of different stuff. Awesome. Now I kind of want to go and test out this one right here. I don't know anything about this pedal. I really don't. I know absolutely none, but it's set up kind of like a regular overdrive pedal. So let's go and set up. Let's go with this file right here. Get ready to pick up your change! Oh no. I fucked up the picking. Pickings there as well. That sounds sick. Let's change amps. You guys have an amp that you want me to show you. I'm happy to show you, but I'm going to show you guys one I've already tried. And excuse me, one of the best I've ever tried. And it's Pips. It's this one right here. It's the Marshall JVM 410H. This is from our team member, Pip Priss. Super proud to have him as part of our team. Just that's all I'm going to do is I'm going to swap that in and do maybe nothing else. Let's see what we got here. This is one of the best I've heard. This is the Marshall JVM Adrian Smith. This is just a single capture. And like I said, sometimes packs will even just have a single supreme setting. And that is a supreme setting, and one that I think is just wonderful. You can use it without anything at all and just use the Marshallness. Wowzers, it sounds so good. But I've used that one before, so it's kind of cheating right now. I had to shout out my home slice because he just makes the good shit. As far as that, there's some other stuff in here that I know I've tried. I want to try the Ghost Note Audio Vader. This is supposed to be like the VH140C. We're going to try these right now. Yeah. Let's see what we got. Oh boy. That's the thing about old school death metal is like that's the tone. Old school death metal. That was good tone for let's say old school original Florida death metal. Those guys were not using full giant stacks of the best gear possible when they first started. They were using it's all solid state amps for the very long period of time. Or you're running distortion pedals, however you could get good distortion at the time, or distortion period. And a lot of players back in those days would just turn them. I know this is, hang on, sit down. If you're a newer player, sit down. They used to turn the middle knob all the way down. I know. That telling you that right before bedtime is not a good idea, because some people, that just terrifies them having no mids. And it's a thing though. Wow, hold on. Try the sold out. If I haven't downloaded it yet, I'm not going to get it midstream. My boy was getting on some Chariot Panic chords for a second. What was that? What'd you just say to me? What's that? Did you just insult my hat? I don't know what you just said. My favorite Marshall amp. Pedro, you're alive. Marshall JVM. Too fuzzy for the Vader. $15 people in the house. Wowzers. I feel honored. This is the most folks we've had in a little bit. We're showcasing the best and that we can find in some free tones today and yesterday. By the way, if you're up for free tones, we had lots yesterday as well, and it was fun. I think maybe tomorrow for fun, we might go all free bass tones. If you'd be interested in seeing me ramble through some bass tones tomorrow, absolutely free with maybe a couple of different basses, because there's not that much freeware out there. Let me know. I could go traditional and we could go a little bit more metallic metals tomorrow as well. I can jump in. I'm not saying for sure, but we'll see. Anyhow, this doesn't sound This is not sounding the way that I had hoped. Let's see if we can't figure that out. I know there's at least one company working on a VH140C right now. That's all I can tell you. I can't tell you anything else. I can tell you that right now, the scoop that you'll get from us is that, yes, there is definitely one company at least working on just such a plugin. Or at least one plugin based on such things. Anyhow, we are going over some rad stuff from a variety of creators. We've got a bunch of different stuff that we've gone over so far. The Crate Blue Voodoo is something I wouldn't mind going over. I know that is also, wow. There's all kinds of stuff here. This is just the head and some pedals though, right? Let's try this one. This is another amp that, again, back in the day, this was a real good amp. That is just full of fizz. Is a full of the fizz. These were really heavy amps back in the day too. I remember one. I've only ever heard one in person, and it was a big old doom metal. I'm not using a guitar that would be like suitable for doom, but man, I kind of wish I was. High gain. Hold on, I'm kind of getting lost here. High gain with the dead. What is the dead wheeled? What are we talking about here? What's happening here? Just show me. And that was, again, this start of hardcore even. Those bands were also using that. The start of like hardcore stuff. A lot of those bands were using the solid state stuff as well. Man, thanks for being so chatty today. People dropping in and out. I appreciate you guys. The tones are going to be, I'm trying to stick a bit more modern. What is the King Kong based on? By the way, Scary Deep. I don't know anything about what I'm looking at right now. Holy smokes. I don't know anything about this amp. No, nothing about this amp. Let's try it. Okay. Holy cow. Well, welcome to the stream there, KK100 Jose Mod. I don't know anything about this. I think Bo, are you still around, or can one of you guys look up the King Kong? You guys check this out and find out like which amp is this more specifically based on? I'm very impressed right now. Holy shit, this sounds good. You don't need a lot of gain for metal, especially if you're quad tracking. This is like, this would be a really nice quad tracking tone if I was doing a metal album right here. I would actually roll off that low end a little bit more. Wowzers. Very impressed right now. Super impressed, actually. One of the Obituary guitars still uses the Kirk H ESP LTD. New secret plugin I made. Hold on. In the new secret plugin I made, obituary tones matched in the presets. They're nice. You're talking about the, like, I mean, we're all working on different betas. That's why I'm like, which secret plugin are we talking about right now? There's like 4 of them at this point. This capture is not giving the blue voodoo justice. I know. There's one though that I do have where it does do it justice. Leave the King Kong. Believe the King Kong is based on the Cameron CCV, but I would have to go look at the schematic to double check. Or just like the lore. You tune this up. Sorry, I meant to do that when I was sitting here fucking talking and yapping. He's probably long gone. We've harassed him to the point of he definitely will not subscribe. Wowzer. That sounds delicious. I could get a little bit brighter. Seek and you shall... Oh, wait, what? Seek and you shall find? That sounds delicious. Oh, wow. This sounds really good. By the way, if you're here looking for shred, I really apologize that I don't provide a lot of shred. I can do some real simple lead passes that don't sound horrible, but I'm working on it with some tapping licks and getting some stuff that can, you know, maybe finesse that a little bit more. I'm more of a riff-oriented kind of guy. Also, I believe there are a lot of plugins that sound very similar when you're playing solos. I can't tell you there are several creators where if I was to listen to the content without seeing which plugin they're using, a lot of times when you're shredding way up here on the neck pickup, you start to kind of lose a little bit of the identity of what you're using. It starts to get a little bit. I mean, anybody that's heard enough lead playing, will be able to kind of attest to that. Like a lot of Marshalls. That's one thing I prefer. I prefer Marshalls when it comes to solos. When it's like, it really depends on the amp, I suppose. But a lot of times when it takes rhythm playing and riff playing along with the solos and stuff to really showcase what an amp sim or a certain product or an IR or a pedal plugin or whatever it is has to offer, as opposed to just soloing. And I mean, I've seen a lot of those, and there are a lot of YouTubers like that and players on Instagram, live streamers. So if you're a fan of the shred, trust me, there are many, many people out there for you to go watch. One of my very favorites, his name is Tommaso Tuffarelli. If you want to get better at guitar, watch Tommaso Tuffarelli. Tuff. I honestly can't recall the spelling of his name off the top of my head. Dang. But the man is an absolute genius, and his picking is maybe the cleanest picking I've ever seen in my life. That's one. Every time I played that song, I always kind of avoid that part because I never remembered it. I would never remember it. I love that riff, but then I just, every time I listen to that song, I hear that, and I'm like, I don't know how to play that part. Leave me alone. I learned it the other day just for fun because, like, I just needed to be more complete. Oh my God, he's playing boomer tunes. Oh, it's what a boomer. I'm leaving. How y'all doing? It's Saturday night. My name is Tyler. Welcome to on behalf of myself and the wonderful team that we have here, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. We hope you will subscribe. What is it we do here if you're brand new? Well, we are a team of highly motivated individuals, many of us working inside the amp sim industry, whether it be just as beta testers, or whether it be like actually content creation or in-house this or that. Myself, I do a lot of artist relations and product co-design, things of that sort. And so, yeah, we have a lot of people here that know a lot of things. And while we have a low amount of subscribers, we have, I would argue, when it comes to amp sims or just guitar and bass software in general, I would put our team's knowledge up against any team of 10 or 12 individuals out there. I think there are a lot of very smart people here. And if you have any questions, I don't care whether you're a brand new user, or if you are an experienced user, or maybe you don't even know what level you're at. Just let us know. I use this. I would like to broaden my horizons. I am looking for the best this, the best that. Point me in the right direction. We can do that for you. And how? And currently, what am I using? I am using the Sierra Tone King Kong pack from, I think, Mark Swarbrick. I think. Just type it in. If it interests you, just type it in and it will come out. Try it again. Yeah. This is ripping. What am I using right now? I'm using the Tudor. Okay, here we go. I am using in the pedal section, I'm using the Fortin 14. I don't know what the pedal's actually called. It's Fortin 14, I think it is. And this is from Tudor, if I'm not mistaken. This is also using the Sierra Tone as mentioned. And in the IR department, the entire time, and it is included in our toolkit. And unlike the other IRs in our toolkit where you can take them and use them with whatever you'd like, whatever plugin you'd like, and whatever loader you'd like, this is one of the Dr. Bonkers impulse responses that is actually encrypted into you can't use it outside of the plugin. But that being said, this is my favorite IR ever created in the history of IRs. I will tell you right now, and anybody that watches anything here enough will be able to tell you, Bonkers. Oh, hold on. Bonkers Sound Lab. I don't feel like typing in. There we go. You go right here and you go to shop. Actually, even better. Oh, shop is fine. Okay, we'll go here. And it's the EGA 412 414 Hyperreal Mix. It's this a marvelous cabinet right over here. And it can be had right now for $9.99 US. And you go into the Hype Real Mixes, and these are what I believe to be some of the greatest IRs ever created by one of the best that's ever done it. this fella right here does it the right way. So check him out. He's very talented, and I use it in his work in pretty much every single stream we do here. I would bet you I've put hundreds, if not 1,000 hours on that single impulse response because it just sounds good with everything. And if you don't have one of those from a pack, I would say make yourself a favorites pack and try to find one that you know is your go-to, your bang on for situations where you really need it. Wow, that sounds good. Holy shit. It's free. It's free. Wow, that was a weird harmonic. How are you, everyone? I'm going to be here for just a little bit longer, probably about another, let me see what we got. What have we been doing? We're going to go a hair over 2 hours, folks. Obituary tones, you got it. You want obituary? How about instead of obituary, we go like old school death metal so we can get a bunch of stuff in? A whole 2-hour stream on just obituary would be tough. You know what I mean? I think that'd be real tough. What did they use anyways? Wasn't it just a Proco Rat with a Marshall? And then like the tone knob turned down and ripped off something? I don't even know. It's such a unique guitar tone that for obituary. I'm not a bad rhythm player. My wrist is actually holding up pretty good. I'm not playing as much disc golf, so my wrist is like, it's hanging in there, you know? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do let's do that as one of the tone chases. Let's do old school death metal. I'd be totally down with that. That sounds great, actually. There's a certain plugin that I really would love to come out before that happens, but I know it's not going to. Anyhow, we have been going about 2 hours now. Yes, on the same plugin, sort of. Pretty much. Yeah, we were going on the same plugin, but we've gone over probably 15 different amps now, if not more. Something around that, maybe 15, maybe less, maybe fewer, maybe more. I'm not really sure. We're currently going over the a clone of a clone is what we're going over right now. The Sierra Tone is this is a clone of a clone. It'd be so good for just about anything too. If you don't want to play punk rock, it's or you want just straight up just rock. See that? Like when I made that little mistake, it made me pay for it with that that little squeak. And that's, again, this is things that are sounding nice and realistic. This is, if you close my eyes, if you said close my eyes or I'm going to put a blindfold on and play through this, and someone had this, like, if and maybe guess, is this a brand new cutting edge Marshall plugin, or is this a NAM profile, or sorry, NAM capture? And $1 million on the line. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. It would be the hardest decision. Just if I'm sitting here, just if I was getting this in a plug-in form where I could actually tweak the amp to like its, you know, kind of its regular response, and this is the tone that I came up with. Good Lord. Good Lord. Somebody save me. And by the way, once again, this is my Mindsinger Tempest, and I'd love showing off this guitar as much as possible because it is just absolutely gorgeous. And Mindsinger has taken off over the last year or so, starting to really take off. The builds are still so reasonably priced when you're talking about a custom builder that does everything from scratch with basically no CNC involved. You get an absolutely one-of-a-kind instrument that is just unique to you. So man, we've already had, I think, a couple people here on the channel. Nils Rollback, for sure, has ordered. His is the one. If you guys want to go to Mindsinger Guitars social media right now, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, you can see Nils Rollback's guitar was just completed. Our local, one of our subscribers, long time, he ordered a guitar, and guys, folks, it is beautiful. It is gorgeous. It has a gold Evertune in it. Gold Evertune in it. And it is just breathtaking. Go and check out his guitar, ASAP. If you like green guitars, this is going to be your baby. It's amazing. It's a baritone. I think it's 27 scale. It's got an Evertune, and it just looks beautiful. Nicely done to Mindsinger and Nils, by the way. 13 people in the house. Wow. Something about random buzz titles. Free shit here now. Yeah, and that's what we're doing. Speaking of free shit, we're going to be giving away a whole bunch of free stuff during the holiday streams. I think I'm going to be working out roughly 10 prizes or so from different developers. Very excited to be able to offer a whole bunch of different prizes throughout the holidays to reward our subscribers for just being rad. We're going to find out, kind of figure out some fun ways to be able to give these away, not just being like, hey, this guy's talking lots and he's going to get a free plugin. But lots of new people will get free stuff, as typically we like to do from time to time. Someone's new and they're participating a lot. We're like, bam! Bam! Rat and Marshall, Strats, ESPs, nothing crazy. Yeah, no, there wasn't much. And I think I have all of those things. Yay! Well, didn't they use the neck pickup too? Something with the tone knob or the neck pickup. I know at least one of those guys had to be using a neck pickup, man. Are they using EMG 81s or 85s though? Because it kind of sort of sounds like they've got 85s in the bridge instead of an 81. I could be wrong. This has been a lot of fun, guys. A lot of fun on this stream. And this is exactly one of the best tones I've heard. I'm going to put this in my Wowzer folder, and wow, this is superb. What's the Chupacabra? Now I want to know, what's the Chupacabra? What's the Chupacabra? What's the Chupacabra? Whoa, that just shot through oblivion. What was that all about? That's an odd tone. Doesn't really seem like something I want to mess with just straight out of the box right now. Seems a little bit more geared for the rock, but I could be wrong, as I have been before. Egads. What do we have here? What's the last one we're going to go over? What is this all about? This is a one. This is the Mick Mars, Richard Fortus, Pete Thorne modified Marshall, made by, I'm not 100% sure whom. That's all you're getting. And another one. It sounds great. This is another fantastic sounding Marshall. They've really nailed it. I don't know what is this. It says Mall 50. I don't actually know if that's a Marshall or not, but it certainly sounds like one. And all of those guys have been known to use Marshalls. So I'm assuming it's some type of Marshall. I have no idea though. Can I ask? Hold on, rockin' music. Nice. Can I ask something here? Your tones are so good. Thanks from Austria. Well, you're welcome. If you would like, yeah, none of the tones I'm using, like the tone especially I'm using right now, is very attainable to you. You can go and get this same tone right now, no problem. It's you can be using exactly what I'm using with one just. You go and download this plugin right here, and you go down, download 2 different packs from this website here, and you are on your way. We are actually on one of the pages right now, Tutor's page, Fortin 14 Overdrive. And this is it right here. This is the overdrive I am currently using. And it is what it is. I don't know much about this pedal in its actual form. Also, I'm noticing there are a lot of controls here, but there's not. I think he's probably just gone over like the base of the base. How many files do we have? Oh no, there's lots. Never mind. There are tons of files here. What do we got? Wow. Mode 1, mode 2, mode. I don't know what any of this stuff is. Let's find out. F808 mode 1. Oh wow. So he's very in depth with what he's gone and done here. There's F9 mode, 808 mode. Let's find out something that is awesome. Let's go with no. It's like I can be that picky because he's that thorough. I can be that picky if I'd like to be. Here we are. Wonderful. This is exactly where I parked my car. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, that sounds pretty damn good. And as mentioned, we've got the Badlander. We've got this Mezzabarba. That sounds pretty cool. If I had a more doomy guitar, I would probably rock a couple of these other things that are in here. Salvation Audio's Fortin Meshuggah. And if you're interested in paid NAM captures, by the way, there are a lot of really rad ways to go, but don't get sucked in by garbage. Strange Angles is probably one of the greatest companies for that. They're called Strange Angles, and I would highly, highly advise that you check their stuff out. They make some really good stuff, and don't kid yourself. Making these at a high level of quality is not easy to do. It's not cheap either. You have to have access to the gear. You have to have good direct stuff for your. I mean, we have a few different people in here that are super ninjas when it comes to the actual making of this stuff, but I'm not. Admittedly, we have a few guys in the group here that are really good at making this stuff, but not me. Okay, so this is low up, high up, standard X. What we got? I'm gonna thumb my nose for a moment. It's not what I'm looking for, so I can keep going and going and going, and so can you. And we're gonna get out of here in just a minute. So this is proven that, like, this is only, I've barely scratched the surface. If you have, say, a Friday night or a Saturday night, or maybe you work on weekends and your nights off are Wednesdays and Thursdays, or maybe you will work in the evening, whatever it is, find some free time. Download this plugin or another NAM loader and find some great tones. Take 3, 4, 5 hours, take an hour a day, take whatever you want. You can fill it with this website and just going. And I have honestly done it already. Before we put this plugin together, I spent hundreds of hours, what felt like hundreds of hours, just going through and through and through. And man, it's like you are literally kids in a candy store. Maybe you don't like candy, so that's fine. You're a kid in a yogurt shop. Think of an analogy that works for you. You are sitting there just going, all of this is mine for free? Holy fuck. That's what you're going to say when you hop on there, and you can just feed it right in here. Put your pedal up here or don't. That's fine. If you don't want to use a pedal, I would suggest trying out the instigator here. Feed your amp in here, and then you can use up to 2 different IRs and blend them up the middle, although I am currently just using the one. And have fun. That's the thing. You will not have to pay a single damn dollar for any of the tones that I use today. Not one single dollar. This is a free plugin. And we also, as mentioned before, if you go here, you'll notice if I was to take you guys to... Actually, no, I can't access it right now. Oh, I can. Okay, if I take you guys here to the toolkit. And here it is right here. It's your toolkit. You go to the amps, bass, and guitar. This is all the different creators that we have supplied for you. If you go inside Arlington Audio, for example, these are all the different amps that you have access to right here. You have all different stuff. You have the Richie Blackmore's signature. You've got a bunch of PVs. And then you can go out here. You go to Emile Robe. And you get access to a bunch of Bogners, Friedmans, PVs, Messas. This is all all comes with the plugin. You don't have to download a damn thing. Go to Scullage. He's provided an amp and a pedal, and the pedal is Doom Heaven. Tim R. Look at all the amps you get with Tim R stuff. 2 different splons. You have a 5150, a bunch of different Marshalls, a Magnatone, and again, all free, all included, by the way, included with permission. That's another thing, is you have to have permission. I know one plugin that came out with a bunch of these, and they didn't have permission, and it caused a bit of a, but we had permission. We spoke to all the different people and got the A-OK. Also, to Rockin' Music. If you want to support a really rad Austrian-based company, check out a company called Valhalla. It's like the Valhalla, but instead of an A on the end, you use an I and an R, like impulse response. Andreas over there is one of the nicest human beings in the universe, and he makes amazing impulse responses that you are surely to enjoy. I almost guarantee it. South Buddha, what's going on? How are you? Nice to see you. I appreciate you jumping in. We are just about to hop out of here, but man, we've had, what is it today that we had so many new people jump in? That was rad. It's actually the last 2 nights we've had lots of people jump in and just say hello, and a bunch of brand new people. And it's just been such an awesome feeling to have new people jumping in lately. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Let me get to the last few things here. Nice. All shall perish. Is your favorite NAMP pack now? I'm going to have to get in touch with the fellow over there. Looking at Marshall NAMs and IRs like Cold and Sarke. Here's what you have to do. To find out what you'd have to first find out what Cold uses. So we're going to check out Equip Board. Cold. Oh my God, can I type at all? No, they don't have it. They do not have it. Is it his name? It's not Tim Scold. Is it? No. No, it's not. Anyways, if you're ever curious about anything that you're looking for an artist you may or may not know what they use, this would be a good site for it, Equipboard, and we're going to be seeing this site a fair bit over the holidays if we're ever doing any tone chasing, or, even whether it's genre, by the artist, we tend to come here, or even just by the gear. You can look by artist or by gear. Oftentimes we do it when we focus on one specific piece of gear in these streams. We'll type that piece of gear in. Like, for example, let's think Rocktron Prophecy. This was, I don't know why that came up first. Who used it? 4 artists. Who used it? Nita Strauss, Dave Mustaine. I knew Dave Mustaine used it at one point. Sergei Mavrin and Carl Group. Fun. I knew Dave Mustaine used this. Those old, those cartoon graphics of rigs. I used to get down for these, man. If you ever bought guitar magazines back in the day, you got down for these images. I don't care. Everybody did. Everybody wanted to look at these images. And I know there's a website and there's actually a Facebook page that's got all of them. Does anybody know what that page is? I want to follow it because I want to go and just read through the archives because these are super fun to also figure out and for that tone chasing as mentioned. So yeah, I would actually not 100%. I don't know what band, I don't know what Cold used as far as their guitar gear goes, but it's probably not as hard as you might think. I will go and listen to a little bit of it when I have a few minutes and see if I can figure out maybe something out, do a little bit of research for you. Ken uses EMGs. Hold on. What are we talking about right now? Ken who? Ken Susi? Ken Susi uses fish. He uses 60 and 81 set or whatever step. Okay. We're just looking through here. Check on Oracle Sound, Vic Audio. Yep. Loud Stack. And there are a number of paid places you can get some really nice stuff. The VHT Rocktron 2. Nice. Anyhow, I'm going to be here maybe tomorrow with some free bass stuff. We'll see. I'm not going to guarantee that because I might just want to chill the fuck out tomorrow. But that will be something we definitely will tackle during my time off. As mentioned, I work an 8 to 4. I also work evenings doing this kind of stuff, behind the scenes mostly. And so I have to find more time. But during the holidays, I have tons of time. Tons and tons of it. So I'm looking forward to be joining you guys even on Christmas Day. I'll be here Christmas Day, Christmas Eve likely for anybody that's, hey, just feeling like they want to do something like just listen to some dude in Canada talk about gear and so and such. So thank you for being here. I will see you guys at very soonest, very likely Tuesday for what's no longer known as Telly Tuesday, but there will be Telecasters. So I'll see you guys on Tuesday, and I'm not sure exactly what we're doing this week. Last week was pretty fun. I was thinking maybe this week was also pretty fun when we did the dad rock and southern rocky type tones. That was pretty sick. This week, not 100% sure. So drop in on Tuesday around 4 p.m. Eastern time. And then Friday, as always, we will be back 4:30 every single Friday, no matter what. Friday, we are here 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. All right, folks, thank you for being here. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers.
Well, babe, I'll see you later. Ain't nice.